Back at the Convocation Center once more. It is Ironton and Eastern Brown here on Total Media Sports. We got us a good one here. Our third game of the evening at what's been a packed and eventful night at the Convocation Center. Dante Abling is alongside me. I'm Ethan Sargent. We are rolling here into game number 3. Dante, you've been killing it these first 2 games. How are we feeling about game number 3 here, Ironton?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. I love it. Bringing this energy. We're down in Division 5 now. We had our first 2 games in Division 4 as these 2 teams will face off. And for Ironton, all roads lead down the lane. Ashton Lane is the creator for this Ironton basketball squad. He is one of the better playmakers you'll see in Division 5 as he tries to bring Ironton to the Elite 8.
Yes, he is indeed. But on the flip side, he is going to have Chase Pinkerton.
Yes.
Pinkerton. I think I'm saying it correctly. He is an all-star for this squad. He has carried them to a 22-3 record and on a most recent 6-win streak. However, that is going to be in the back of their minds. They have had quite a few tough losses late in the season, especially late January, early February. You get closer to playoffs.
They lost to Waverly a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
They only lost 1 game in the Southern Hills Athletic Conference to Fayetteville Perry, very good school from down in Division 6. Ironton, it's so interesting because they lost twice, right? They lost to Wheelersburg, they lost to Portsmouth. They come into this one 22-2. Who are the last 2 teams they just beat in the postseason to get here? How about Portsmouth in the district semi, and then Wheelersburg in the district championship? So you talk about avenging your losses. They've avenged both of their losses from this season. So this Ironton team is as motivated as it gets. They're looking to roll into the Convocation Center, try and come back on Saturday, where they would play one of the winners of either St. Clairsville or West Muskingum. That game should be just about finishing up right now from over at the Winland Memorial Gymnasium over at Zanesville. We can give you we'll probably at halftime of our game, we'll check in and see who won that matchup. And we will see who Ironton will be facing off with in the regional final or Eastern Winchester. Could be either one. It will be very interesting to see who comes out on top.
I was very intrigued by that game against Fayetteville because the score was like 28-26.
Yes, low scoring.
Wow. I'm like, that was the score of the half for the Circleville Union game.
No, that was a low scoring game, 42-38. I mean, all their losses have been very tight. Waverly's got one of the more talented players in Division 4 in Cage Alexander. So again, no shame in losing to a guy like that and a team like that in Waverly who made it to the district championship game. They lost to Circleville in the last round. So again, plenty of big talent, big time talent on display today. We will step aside when we come back. We will have starting lineups and hoops action from the Convocation Center. One final matchup to play here at the Convo. It is Eastern Brown taking on Ironton in the Division 5 regional semifinal.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
Still working on getting the starting lineups up on the board. You have to imagine it'll probably be the same starting 5s that these teams have rolled with throughout the postseason so far. We'll see what that may end up being. Here at the Convo, both student sections on their feet.
Well, welcome here. You know where you are.
again, as the great Lou Horvath always setting the scene here in the Convo. This matchup, once again, presented by Visit Athens County. It's more than a place. It's a place to belong, and these starting lineups are brought to you courtesy of Top Tier Customs. We'll start out with the Ironton Fighting Tigers, starting 5. As again, great crowds. Again, both of these schools had to travel a long way to get here to the Convocation Center. Over an hour and a half for both, but both traveled very well. A lot of Sweet 16 shirts over there on the far side as well.
They came with their merchandise.
They did. They did. As did Ironton. I saw a lot of Sweet 16 shirts as I was walking around before this game. For Ironton, the starting 5 will be, as I'm looking down on the floor, the same starting 5 that they rolled out in their victory over Wheelersburg in the last round. It'll be Maddox Markle, number 1, the second team all-district mention. Then it'll be the first team all-district mention and the player of the year in Division 5 in the Southeast District, Ashton Lane. Averages 19 and 9 a game he does. Then it'll be number 5, Bryson Mullins. He's the second team all-district nominee. As it's basketball 30. Carson Freeman, number 11, he's had some big-time moments in these playoffs for Ironton. And rounding out the starting 5 is Caden Edwards. As now they'll be introduced here to the crowd.
Oh, my.
They just slapped
They just slapped each other.
I saw that too.
That took me back. That wasn't even a light slap. That was a full.
No, I loved it. Maddox Markle's an electric athlete. If that gets you going before the game, there's that famous clip of the Jags player Henderson, the old defensive tackle for them, where he's like, "You gotta hit me harder."
Yeah,
something like that. So it will be that same starting 5. Caden Edwards also gets slapped. I love it,
dude.
Hey, a lot of these guys are big parts of this Ironton football dynasty that they've created here. Caden Edwards, the starting quarterback. Maddox Markle, one of the most talented receivers out there. Bryson Mullins, big part of that team as well. And Ironton getting ready to go with their head coach, Drew Stevens, who was co-coach of the year. Now, let's bring in the Winchester Eastern starting lineup, starting out with Kane Dotson, the junior guard. And it is actually interesting. There's only one senior, Sam Kirk, who does not start, is listed on this roster. Number 10, Chase Pinkerton, the junior all-district nominee. Chase Pinkerton. Number 22 is the junior guard Carter Cluxton, excuse me. Then at forward, it is the 6'2" senior Braxton Vance. And in the post, the big man. This guy is as technical as it gets. Matthew Dick, the junior, standing 6'6" tall. Ironton does not have a player listed on their roster above 6'3". Lane, Markle, and Wyatt Wolf, a freshman, all listed at 6'3" tall. Dick comes in at 6'6", so we'll have to see how the size is impacted on the interior. We will keep an eye on that matchup, and here might be a great tell right off the tip. Right, with Ashton Lane going up against Matthew Dick.
You're getting a size comparison right now, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be a great matchup here. We've had a great day of basketball. Let's wrap it up in style. Ironton taking on Winchester Eastern. Lane's able to get up and win the tip as this athletic Ironton team goes to work. Drew Stevens, of course, as I mentioned, the head coach of the Fighting Tigers. It's Rob Buechler, who's the head coach of the Eastern Brown Warriors, as Freeman's a little short on an opening 3. And the Warriors will bring the ball up the floor with Kane Dotson. Gets it over to Chase Pinkerton, who has had, I would say, a relatively muted postseason. He's made some big plays as there's a turnover, but he hasn't had his big splash game, and he does get it right back, and then he can't get the finish. Edwards right there underneath the hoop.
That's an opportunity.
It was. He got it right there and just could not get the finish. All the way across. Can this be saved? Oh, what a save by Ashton Lane. Had to use all of his wingspan there, and he did. What a great job that was. Kick out by Edwards to Markle. Ashton Lane loves these little pull-up spin moves in the lane as well. And here's your three-point sharpshooter in Ashton Mullins. Freeman back out up top. Here he is. Right on cue. Didn't get it, but the offensive board goes right to Maddox Markle. Ironton goes right back to work. Ashton Lane, he will drive into the lane a whole lot. It's not just a simile. Freeman for 3. Third time's the charm for the Fighting Tigers. And they're on the board, 3-0.
It's a great find. You know, Freeman just lying in the corner until the side
Here's
of
a
Eastern.
response from Eastern Brown. No good on the long shot from Braxton Vance. And Carson Freeman has it again in the corner. Ashton Lane slices inside, right to the cup. Can't get the roll. It was all the way down until it wasn't.
Early on, it is Ironton that are just fast. They are moving it. They are
very quick. But Pinkerton gets the scoring started right the other way for Eastern Brown. Again, they went 22-3. As there's another basket right on the inside for Mullins this time.
I'm excited to see how they're going to do this. Both teams playing with some pace right now. I think we need to dial it back.
I think if I'm Eastern Brown, I want to dial that back. This Ironton team's so athletic that you really don't want this to turn into a track meet.
You don't, especially with their bigs. Like,
absolutely.
They have the size, but
here's
it's just
a three from Cluxton. That is cashed, and we're tied.
Take that back. All right, now we're just going to put on an offensive clinic. Who's going to outshoot each other right now?
Carter Cluxton averages 8.1 a game for this good Eastern Brown squad, coming over from the, as I mentioned, very talented, very basketball-oriented Southern Hills Athletic Conference. Only one team in this conference has a football program, and it's the Manchester Greyhounds, who play in Division 7. Kick out to Maddox Markle. He'll put up a three. Rattles in and out. Rebound by Matt Dick. And up the floor now goes Chase Pinkerton.
Markle shoots about 26 from beyond the arc, so for him, he's going to have a few shots.
Dick, he's got a size mismatch here on Markle. Can't get the first one. Trying to get the board. It tips back to Vance, and he touches it in off the glass.
That's what you're just going to have to do. Get him down low. Get Dick down low, and just have that size. Back him down. He was working on that in the pregame on how he can up his game when he gets the ball from the three-point line.
Lane into the corner for Markle, back out to Mullins. Caden Edwards will drive inside, lost the handle briefly, got it back, tried to kick it out, and it's stolen away by Kane Dotson, and he'll run it out for the finish.
One of those times where a small defender gets lost in the scheme. You try and do a kick out, and he just runs out.
It was also just that, Edwards ran into the lane with so much momentum, and he lost the basketball, and then Dotson there tips it away. How about a quick 7-0 run there, turning a 5-2 deficit into a 9-5 lead. For Eastern Brown, as Ironton will take a timeout. Good start for the Warriors. They lead it by 4. We'll step aside on Total Media Sports.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today. Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our...
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally.
9-5, 7-0 run there after a 5-2 lead for Ironton, as Eastern Brown have rolled up to the Convo, intent on extending their stay. They've already played 2 games here, as have Ironton, and they're trying to pick up more. Steven Eisen into the game now. He's been a great player off the bench as Lane turns that one over inside, and Eastern can take it back up the floor.
It's Dotson that's just being very active on the defensive side of things, trying to interrupt those early passes.
Pinkerton now at the right corner. He'll drive inside on Freeman, spinning away and missed the layup. That's the second one that Pinkerton has missed on the inside. Now Lane can take it down the floor. We're going to get, I think, a step out of bounds.
Yes.
By Mullins there as he was passing it down to Lane. Mullins stepped on the end line.
And sometimes even great players get nervous, you could say, at the start of a game, or overestimate how powerful they are.
It's a tough thing to judge. You're in the heat of the battle, right? You're in the heat of a moment. You're
expecting more contact.
And all it is all for it to be out of bounds, you just have to have one little piece touching the end line and you're out of bounds. They get it inside to Matt Dick. Dick on the inside, and that's a play we've seen all too often here over these last couple days at the Convo. Matt Dick is so physical, and he has been a really, really big presence for Eastern Brown. Freeman with a 3, that's off the front of the rim.
They are either going to have to play help defense on him, which is more or less going to have to be the answer, or you're just going to have to start eliminating that entry pass. So playing over
trying to do here.
Don't let them get in front of you and post up.
Lane trying to shepherd Pinkerton to the end line now. Slicing inside and finishing is Carter Cluxton. How about this start for the Warriors, 13-5.
And here's the double-edged sword. You take Dick out of the paint. Well, what does that leave you? Fast cutters going in. And it is such a hard thing to deal with because you did get a sigh of relief. Oh, yeah, the big man's out. Wait, I got speed coming in now?
Right. That's a game changer. Now Mullins looking to get inside. Markle thought about pulling up. Now Ison will hit a three. No, it won't go. He's been big. He hit 3 threes in that victory in the game over Wheelersburg off the bench. And now Ironton will have to play defense, staring at potentially a double-digit deficit early in this one if they concede here. What a feed inside. They denied the entry pass that time, but Pinkerton's able to grab it. And now he's looking for help on the inside. He does get it in the form of Carter Cluxton. Cluxton had it poked away. Pinkerton gets it back inside to Vance. He's running down the lane, and he will... it will not be a turnover. It'll be out of bounds off of a Fighting Tiger last.
Yeah. Some Warrior right there. You know, the crowd not happy with it. I understand, you know, he's coming through. The contact is there.
So Matt Dick and Braxton Vance check out of the game briefly as Jaden Florence, who's also been a really big part of what Eastern Brown's done here at the Convo off the bench. He's hit some huge shots down the stretch. Some massive ones in that game against Chesapeake where they won 49-40 and a seed line upset. 4-seed Eastern took down the first-seeded Chesapeake Panthers who won the OVC. Now, they'll try to pull another seed line upset here. Pinkerton looking to go down the lane, and he lost the handle.
He didn't fight for it. He thought he had it. He thought it was going to go his way. It's one of those scenarios where you don't want to get too deep. He got so deep under the basket where, A, it cut off any opportunity to score, but also, I mean, he just doesn't have control of the ball, so he's having to think about that while look for a player to get a pass out to.
Now we'll bring it up the floor with Steven Ison. Fighting Tigers trying to get the ball in the bucket. It's been over 4 minutes of in-game time since they've scored. Markle into the corner. It's an 11-0 run right now for the Warriors.
They've been trying to get some threes going, but they just haven't fallen.
This active defense right now has been really good. Lane stonewalled. Edwards looking to drive inside. He is denied. Stonewalled by Cluxton.
We'll see how the Warriors do. They are a pretty good first quarter team. It is their highest averaging quarter when it comes to scoring. They do tend to fizzle out towards the end of the games, but
right now they are setting a tone in this game early. Here's Florence with 30 seconds in this first quarter. Edwards on him defensively. Markle almost stole it away. Now a little floater from Vance is short. Markle couldn't grab the rebound, and it ends up going to Cluxton. He'll pull up at the free throw line and hit the jumper.
One of the many things about athletic teams is whenever there's a chance, they will bite. And at times, if you do a simple spin move or any little fake shimmy to get off of it.
Markle trying to break the scoreless drought here. Ison will put up a three, no good short. And Lane gets a shot off at the buzzer. It's an air ball. And what a start for the Warriors. It's a 15-5 lead. They end the quarter on a 13-0 run. We'll step aside here on Total Media Sports.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
15-5. Eastern Brown with a dominating start. Ironton shooting just 18% from the field in that opening quarter. They struggled mightily from the floor, hitting just 2 of 13 shots. One of those was a three-point bucket. As Eastern Brown tries to bring it from their student section. They've got the energy right now and the momentum as, again, like I said, it was 5-2 Ironton at one point, and then it was a 13-0 run right now for Eastern Brown.
So far, we're just looking for somebody to get to the middle for Eastern. We're trying to find that man.
That's right. Dick is back into the game now. He was on the bench there for that last minute or so. Pinkerton has the basketball. He's got Steven Eisen on him defensively. Spins away from him. Eisen stayed with him well. Pinkerton sliced into the lane. How did that go down? What a finish from Chase Pinkerton. And it's a 17-5 lead.
You always need a little bit of luck on your side anytime.
Lane slicing inside, and that's a much-needed bucket for the Tigers. Just physicality right there from Ashton Lane as he's able to outmuscle a couple of Warriors and get it into the basket. Now Pinkerton had Eisen coming from the inside, and they feed into Dick, and he puts it up and in.
Every bounce is just going their way. Every little shot. It went off of somebody's shoe and still landed in Dick's hands.
4 points for Matt Dick. Back the other way now go the Fighting Tigers, who trailed by 12. It's not how they would have drawn any of this up in the start of this game. Markle got that to go, plus the foul. You want to talk about a circus shot? That's another one from Maddox Markle. And maybe that's the shot of momentum the Fighting Tigers need.
Markle actually being a great two-point shooter or finding points in the paint. He averages with 56%. Overall, he's 51, combining the 2 and the 3. But he is more effective when he is driving and doing what he just did.
And he can't finish the and one opportunity, so it'll remain a 10-point game, 19-9. Back up the floor now go the Warriors, and that's going to be a turnover. Unable to catch that one correctly was Sam Raymer.
One of those moments. Just thinking about the future.
Yeah, it's. I actually mentioned, I alluded to it yesterday when I was on the solo broadcast, where it's like, and actually no, excuse me, this was on Sunday when we had 4 games here at the Convo in district championship games. And I was with my broadcast partner, Daniel Barnard. It was like when a receiver looks the ball into the hands, and you get yourself caught looking up, trying to look ahead for yards after the catch. As that little jumper for Markle's no good. 5:50 to go in this second quarter of action. Ironton trail by 10, 19-9, the lead for Eastern Winchester. Jaden Florence into the game now. He's looking, try and get around Ashton Lane, decides to pass it off to Matt Dick. Now picking up the dribble and getting it over to Braxton Vance. And he had it tipped away by Edwards.
Markle's fighting well down there. He's not letting Dick get as many opportunities. You could tell each time when the ball is passed, they look right to number 55. Head, eyes on him. And they're seeing what he is doing against that number 1 from Ironton.
Edwards trying to have active hands, and losing his man is Florence, and he loves that little mid-range jumper from the point.
No man's land. Well, it is his island today.
21-9, and Ironton staring down a pretty big deficit. Again, Ironton has won 14 straight games. Their last loss came back on January the 8th. They're gonna have to change some things around if they want to avoid a loss here in the regional semi. Markle looking for an extra pass. Now they get it out to Ashton Lane. Lane kicking to the corner, and Freeman for 3. That's no good. Edwards has the offensive rebound tipped away. Who's this going to be off of last? It will be off of Eastern.
And I was kind of curious to see how Ironton would show up. Obviously, this 14-win streak has helped them, especially those 2 huge wins against their revenge matchups in the playoffs. But maybe overconfidence starts to set in. You're like, all right, we're on this big win streak. We dominated. We pulled out those wins against the two teams that beat us as a miscommunication between them.
Back-to-back turnovers there as Ironton turned it over off the inbound.
Yeah.
And then Eastern threw it away on the ensuing possession. So,
but you know, they beat Wheelersburg, they beat Portsmouth, and then you're like, okay, they're feeling on top of the world. Right now is the heat check.
You just got to settle in. This Ironton team, you feel like they will. They definitely get better in the second half as well. They're a well-coached basketball team, and I imagine that Coach Drew Stevens will have some words for them at the locker room to try and get them right. Here's Freeman into the lane. He gets it back to Bryson Mullins. He picks up the dribble. He's got to get it back over to Ashton Lane. Lane, top of the key. He's going to try to drive in on Vance. Spinning, floater, got it. That's another move that Ashton Lane has patented, that little spin floater. And he gets that one to go to make it a 10-point game, 21-11.
He's got tall arms and tall legs, so when he hops off the ground, he is just elevating above everybody else. And because of that spin move, it sets that defender back a little bit. So no matter what you do, even if you have perfect defense, you will still be behind.
Florence lost the handle, but Mullins poked it away, so it'll stay with the Warriors. And he will come right out of the game. Back in is the starter, Kane Dotson.
I want to see Ironton take more mid-range. I know we saw the floater right there, but they're not shooting a three. They're not really well at shooting a three. Most people average about 30%.
Now we're going to get an offensive foul off the ball. I think they'll get this one on Matt Dick.
Most people usually average about 30% on this team or under, so it's going to be those long twos, like Kevin Garnett. You know, he was a master at it. Even a foot on the line, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You're going to have to do the same thing if you're Ironton if you want to claw back this 10-point deficit.
Any team can. This Ironton team can. They have fought some crazy battles throughout this postseason. Now it'll be Mullins bringing it up the floor, getting it over to Ashton Lane. Lane at the free throw line. Had to get it away, got his dribble back because of a touch by Pinkerton. Now he spins and puts it up and in. Ashton Lane has 6 points for the Fighting Tigers to lead the way, and they're back within 8. Now he tries a tip away. Who's this off of? It'll be off of Lane last.
And
it was razor close.
It's Pinkerton who's having a hard time defending. Having a hard time to defend Lane down there. So many spin moves and pump fakes. He's biting at everything.
Now all the way back out to the backcourt now for Kane Dotson. They'll bring it over. He's being defended by Carson Freeman. Carter Cluxton now. There's a little double team from Ironton, and Vance couldn't keep it in. That was all Caden Edwards there, just the physicality. He pushed the screen up. And Coach Buechler not happy there on the sidelines. I think more with his own team than the officials.
Got to be stronger when you're setting screens too many times.
And again, if there's one thing about this Ironton team, I mentioned a second ago, they got athletes, right? We talk about this, how good the football team is, how good the program is, right? The weight training staff. I've had the chance to talk to some of them down there, and not only are they great people, but boy, do they care. And that is why Bryson Mullins puts it up and in, and just like that, the Fighting Tigers get back to within 5.
They're shooting 22% from beyond the arc right now. They're improving their numbers. They ended the first quarter with 18.
Absolutely, as Fighting Tigers now get it back up the floor. They're going to drive inside. Is Pinkerton. He'll find Florence, and he's fouled by Mullins.
Man, Pinkerton is lucky he was able to find
he kind of spun the wrong way, got himself in a little bit of trouble, but he found a great pass on the inside to Florence off the bench. And now Florence will have a couple free throws.
It's one too many times he's done that, though. He needs to be very careful when he drives to the baseline. I know it's probably to create space and find a cutter in the middle of the paint. At the same time, he's gotten himself in that situation where he's stuck and he's too far under the rim to do anything. Did he make the first?
Yes, he did make the first. 22-16. Florence second is also good.
He's too busy looking at you and your beautiful eyes.
Maddox Markle brings it up the floor. And Ashton Lane now will take it away from Florence. And now Markle has it top of the key again. We'll get it back to Freeman, and it goes to Ashton Lane, who's got the last 4 points for the Fighting Tigers. Well, before that 3 a second ago by Mullins. Now he'll spin away. Get it back to Freeman. Mullins once more.
We're under 2 minutes.
Under 2 minutes to go in this physical and intense opening. Markle looking to go inside. He had it deflected away. Nice defense there by Pinkerton to get the block on Maddox Markle, who's only got 2 points so far. Now they get it into Vance. Here's a 3 from Cluxton. That's no good. Might have been a 2. Didn't matter. And it'll be Ironton basketball.
Short nonetheless. Trying to get a quick shot when he's already, his body's moving back beyond the line. So he's falling backwards. It's all in the arms at that point. He didn't have enough in the legs either. He didn't really get a good jump on that shot.
1:23 and counting to go in this first half. Ironton trails by 7. Mullins, another 3. Yes!
That is what they need to do. The one man that shoots well from beyond the arc is Mullins. He leads the team with 26%, if I'm not mistaken.
And now he tips it away. He shoots about 36% from behind the arc.
Oh, 36.
So he is, like you said, one of their better, if not the best, 3-point shooter on this Ironton team. Zane Williams is in the game now for the Fighting Tigers. Caden Edwards will take a seat.
And that's, like, I talked about Eastern giving them a lot of space. Like, the only player that's not giving them a lot of space is Florence, who has the ball right now. That's what you need to do, to draw them all out. You need to start hitting more 3s. Get Mullins more opportunities from beyond the arc on every spot, not just the left side of the wing. The left side of the wing right now is his. He is having great looks from there.
Pinkerton gets it to Kane Dotson, and goes back to Braxton Vance. Vance spinning away from one, and Lane with the rejection, but there's a foul. Drew Stevens doesn't agree.
No? I mean, that was, I said it in the Maysville game. It's when the follow through is really what they look for. But I mean, that was a hefty hack right there out of Lane.
Yeah,
he went up for it and he was whacking that thing.
Now Vance will shoot 2, and the first one is long off back bumper. Ironton have definitely clawed their way back in this second quarter. It was, again, a large lead, a large run for the Warriors, but Ironton have managed to get their way back in. They were never going to go away without a fight.
Nope.
And the second one rattles down for Braxton Vance, who's got 3 points now, 4 rebounds to go along with it. And Ironton now with 42 seconds will take it up the floor with Freeman. They'll get it back to Mullins, who's got the hot hand right now with 8 points.
There he is. He's got a mismatch, but it's not going his way if he's looking to drive the ball. So here it is. Look, create your space, get that first step.
Ashton Lane will check it back out to the logo. 23 seconds. Lane looking to go inside. Now he kicks it to Markle. He'll swing it all the way around to Mullins. Mullins trying to back down a defender with 15. I think that's a smart check out there by Ironton just to reset the offense. It was good defense there from Eastern. Now Lane gets around, and that's a foul. Ooh. With 4.8 to go.
I mean, they're either looking for Mullins or Edwards. Those are the only 2 that have hit 3 so far.
Tom Braxton Vance. Third foul on Eastern. Not a bad foul when you think about there only being 4.8 seconds on the clock. Now Ironton will have to try and find something pretty quickly. You don't want to foul and give Ironton free throws, but and that almost was taken away. Mullins inside. Freeman's got to put something up, and he can't. Great defense there at the end of the half from Eastern Brown. They've got a 5-point lead at the locker room, 24-19, as we head to the second half. We will step aside. We'll have our Jordan Thornsberry of Key Realty Group halftime show when we come back, and this presentation is brought to you by Visit Athens County. It's more than a place. It's a place to belong. We'll be right back on Total Media Sports.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
Back at the Convocation Center. It is a big-time matchup here as Eastern is leading over Ironton 24-19. We do have some news. It will be West Muskingum they'll face off with in the next round. The winner of this game, that is, will face off with West Muskingum, and that'll be here at the Convocation Center. That'll be the third game on Saturday. Should be scheduled for about a 4 p.m.-ish start, give or take. And apparently it was on a buzzer beater. I just saw that on social media. I don't have any confirmed reports of it, but I did see that it might have been a buzzer beater. So obviously this stream will go up afterwards, so I can't confirm it live or anything like that. But we will have I do know that West Muskingum won. That is confirmed, and I don't know the exact fashion, but it will be West Muskingum in the next round, and both of these teams try to meet with the Tornadoes. How do either of those teams get to that matchup?
For Ironton, I think just keep shooting the three. They ended the first quarter at a 10-point deficit. They have cut that in half. The score is 24-19, only 5 points down. They have been giving Mullins the ball more, and again, he is the highest in three-point shooting. That last three was actually more impressive because it was farther, the second three-point line back that you technically, I think that's the NBA line that they put out there for high school and college players. And then also just like it was over top a defender that had their hand up. So for me, it's a great shot out of Mullins to see that fall, but also they have been able to get inside. They've had looks with Lane that has used his physicality and his athleticism. So for Ironton, keep doing that. For the side of Eastern, we talked about this team. First quarter, they come out hot. They know how to put up some numbers, and then they start to fade away. That is what happened. They were in the paint, I believe, 12 points in the first quarter alone, and it was Pinkerton, it was Dix, it was, if I'm not mistaken, Cluxon that was finding some free throw shots at the line as well. So it's more or less how are you gonna adjust to being stopped from the inside? That is my biggest thing. They like to do this play. They like to do the set piece where they do a pick in the corner for the person to flash in the middle. So far, Ironton adjusted well in the second quarter. They cut that away. They started fighting through screens. We saw Edwards do that a little bit more, disrupt passes on the three-point line. And that's just going to be the biggest adjustment for the Eastern Warriors, how you can adjust to the defense and the physicality of Ironton. So.
Absolutely. I think in the second half, I think Ironton, you need to get Ashton Lane a bit more involved, right? I mean, he's got 6 points right now, and it was all on those 2 points, right? Those 2-point buckets spinning in. I think if you get him going, those kickouts will come open, right? And you'll start to have more 3-point buckets. And I think that all of that will lead to good things happening for the Fighting Tigers in the second half as we continue to gear up for it. Both teams about to come back out. When you look at what Eastern was able to do down low, what adjustments did Ironton make? Because you saw a pretty concerted effort in that second quarter to slow down those interior presences. Obviously, Matthew Dick is the leader, I guess, but a couple of those other guys, Braxton Vance, Carter Cluxton, had some big moments in the first quarter, and then Ironton kind of slowed them down in the second. What changed, do you think, for the Fighting Tigers?
Sorry, for the Fighting Tigers. I just think it was like the coach. I mean, he was, Drew Stevens?
Yes.
Yeah, he was drilling into his teammates. He became more animated, especially on Edwards and Lane when it came to guarding Dix in the paint. And you also saw there was times where they were fighting over the top. I mentioned it. You need to be able to at least get that hand in so that way the entry pass isn't so easy. But knowing how to tango with the opposite center in the bottom and feel like the body weight move, that's another thing when bigs battle down there. I think there's just been a shift. You haven't been moved from your spot if you're the Fighting Tigers so easily. You've been standing your ground, which makes the other center have to move a little bit more and exert a little bit more effort. So you're not letting them have their way. But also, I just think it comes to hedging screens. Like I talked about the pick play they like to have in the corner. That's something they're flashing. They're showing some presence on the person cutting. So they're eliminating that pass. They're making Eastern play more on the perimeter, which right now isn't their game.
Absolutely. Now, we will step aside. This was the Jordan Thornsberry of Key Realty Group halftime show, and this broadcast is brought to you by Visit Athens County. It's more than a place. It's a place to belong. We will step aside at the half. We'll have the second half when we come back on Total Media Sports.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at beliciofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
One minute to go until the half. 16 minutes to the Elite Eight for one of these two schools to face off with West Muskingum back here at the Convocation Center on Saturday. We've got a 5-point game to decide it right now between Ironton and Eastern Winchester. Interested to see how Ironton comes out in this first part of this third quarter, right? You know, obviously they didn't have the best, game, but I think in that second quarter especially, they started to get it going, hit a couple of threes. Right now they're shooting just 38% from the field as compared to about 62% for Eastern Winchester. So keep an eye on that and the shooting splits throughout this game, and they'll see if you can if you're Ironton, try and bring that shooting split down for the Warriors.
Yeah, and that all resulted from the first quarter, really. Like, there wasn't a lot of shots in the second for the side of the Warriors. And when they were basically layups at that point or post moves to getting to the rim. So those are high percentage shots down low. They're not taking any long twos compared to Ironton, who's had to work around it. Again, we're going to bring up Ashton Lane, who has brought his shiftiness tonight, and he has been spinning like a ballroom dance.
Absolutely. That's a good way to put it. And he is spinning into the lane, if you want to keep rolling with the metaphors, as Carson Freeman will get us rolling here on the end line. Tyson Mullins will likely get the basketball here. And he does. Ironton with some work to do, down by 5. They trail Eastern Winchester.
Florence is guarding him a little bit more closer now.
Yeah, after those threes, he leads the way right now for Ironton with 8 points. Another 3, this time off back bumper. Rebound goes to Vance. Up the floor now with Chase Pinkerton. Pinkerton over to Vance. Vance has got Lane on him. Hall. Now, Dick on the inside. Back out, 3 for Cluxton. That goes in and out. Rebound bouncing around. Now Caden Edwards taking it up before he got a 2-on-2 the other way. Mullins inside. Lane jump step, and he's fouled.
I mean, the way this guy moves, it's not just the spins. The explosiveness off the floor.
Yep.
What, even the jump step, it's just, it's like the Hulk landing when he does his super. Like,
It is.
Boom.
It is an explosive. I think explosive is probably the best word to describe the way that Ashton Lane plays. It is very explosive, and he gets to the cup with authority a whole lot more often than he doesn't. And that free throw rattles in and out.
And it's controlled as well. It's controlled. It's not explosive like we saw early on from Pinkerton, who had a couple missed layups. This is elegance when it goes to the rim.
Couldn't make the first. Can he get the second? No, he cannot. Edwards trying to get the rebound, and that's going to be a foul on Dick as he pulled Edwards from getting the rebound. So Lane misses both free throws. He's only 1 for 4 from the line today. And head coach Drew Stevens not pleased with him, I think, for more just a lack of concentration than anything. I mean, they're called free throws for a reason at the end of the day.
You know how many teams make their players practice those?
Right, and I imagine if Ironton wins and they're practicing tomorrow, Lane will be shooting a bunch of free throws. Mullins a little long on that one. Pinkerton's able to somehow fight through contact and get that to a teammate. And now Kane Dotson will bring it up the floor. Long-range 3 for Florence is no good, and now Lane will get it back. That'll be a foul on the swipe there on Dotson.
That was a hack and a half coming from behind.
So 2 quick fouls on the Warriors. Still no points in this third quarter.
Mullins starting to shoot a little bit more. Came alive late in the second. He's just trying to get as many opportunities as he can up there. I think he's 2 for 5 now.
Ashton Lane now has the basketball once again. He'll kick out to Mullins. Top of the key for Edwards, swinging around to Markle. Markle will slash into the lane, and he'll be denied at the lane. Great defensive presence on the interior from the Warriors. Now inside. This is Dotson. He'll put up the floater and get it to go.
It's one of those longer twos.
Yep, long two.
Came from Dotson, so they expected, not one of the big men. Still a make, though.
It is a make, and it extends the lead out to 7 for the Warriors. Markle gets it back to Freeman. He had it tipped away, and it is eventually stolen by the Warriors. There's a loose pass by Freeman. Now into the corner. Florence for 3, rejected by Lane. What a play. Now he'll kick back. He got his own miss, and the little floater. That's Carter Cluxton's spot right there at the free throw line. It's 28-19. Cluxton leads the Warriors with 7 points. Or 9 points, excuse me.
Yeah, the man that flashes to the middle will always find success.
Drive inside. And he got it in for 2 for Ironton's first points of the second half. It's 28-21 football score. 3 touchdowns to 4. Up the other way. Quickly inside. Lane touched that off of a Warrior last. Good defensive effort there from Ashton Lane. He was really the only Fighting Tiger involved in the play defensively, and he stops a couple points from going in there.
He's also off balance as well.
Yeah.
He's trying to reach, trying to get anything you can up there. In the eyes of the shooter.
Make his life more difficult without fouling. He did that. And he gains Ironton the basketball back, down by 7. Now he has it again on the offensive side. He'll drive into the lane. Little pull-up floater again, spinning inside. And Ashton Lane is into double digits with 10.
They made a couple of substitutions. Ison is in, as well as Williams.
Zane Williams, another big physical body on this Ironton team. You look at those size of the quads on him. Can you tell he's the star running back for the Ironton football team?
He also moves like it.
He's playing he's playing football next year at the collegiate level. Another talented athlete on this Ironton squad. He commits the foul there on the shot.
You will catch him flat-footed a couple times, but that speed and that quick reaction, he'll get right back in front of you.
He's been a big body off the bench for Ironton, playing about 10 or so minutes a game. First free throw goes down from Kane Dotson.
Lead is still at around 10.7 now, but it's in between what the largest lead was for the first quarter and what the score ended at the second half.
Dotson can't get the second, fighting for it. And they're going to get this on Lane. So the effort there from Carter Cluxton makes a difference. And he's able to secure a foul on Lane. It's Lane's first personal. And they steal possession.
It's one of the more awkward bounces off the rim that defenders aren't usually used to. A lot of teams just play passive when they're doing offensive rebounds on free throws.
There's a long two, no good. Rebound once again, but then it's stolen away by Williams. It was rebounded by Cluxton. Williams sends it back the other way. Mullins trying to drive inside. He'll kick it back to Williams. Williams back to Mullins once more.
We'll see what Mullins can do.
And he'll get it over to Lane. He'll drive inside. Got it.
I mean,
Drew Stevens incensed. He wants a foul. He didn't get the call.
Oh, clash and bash. That man is banging every single body down there.
He got through a lot of contact. There was nothing called. And it's a 4-point game. 29-25. Ironton creeping back in at the Convo.
And it is due to Lane. He is leading the team with 12 points now.
Absolutely it is. Long shot and got his own miss there. Did Dotson. Another miss. Rebound by Pinkerton, and then we get a foul on the inside. They'll get Williams again. That's a second foul in quick succession for him.
Pinkerton is a little ginger, but he is going to take the inbound
It seems like he's been dealing with something for a lot of this game on that right side, but he is up and moving now. He's got 4 points, 5 rebounds does Chase Pinkerton. He averages about 11 and 3 a game. Now he needs to get it in quickly, which he does. Gets it to Sam Raymer, who's off the bench now. Kane Dotson has it once more. Top of the key, he's got Markle on him. Now it gets into Pinkerton, who's got Edwards on him. Getting through the screen, double team is found. Now Edwards shifts back to the man on the ball, which was Cluxton. Now it gets back to Pinkerton.
It's a two-man game right now on the right side of the wing, but switch it. Get away from those two active defenders.
They're going to get a kickball there on Lane.
And we saw this in the last game against Unioto. We start to get a little bit more egregious with our body language and our head shakes. There will be a technical coming our way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just a little frustration more than anything. I think that's allowed. I think they should be allowed to.
No, it is.
You can express it. Yeah, no, I think you're making a fair point. Absolutely. Spinning away from the contact, but just coming up short on the layup there. Did everything right, Carter Cluxton, but the finish.
It's one of those moments that Pinkerton had as well.
Now, inside the lane, Mullins didn't get the board. What a soaring rebound by Edwards, but then he lost his footing. Now back up the floor go the Warriors. Lane playing defense, jumping and losing the handle there was Pinkerton.
Both teams right now having a case of the butterfingers.
Little sloppy, yeah, back-to-back sloppy possessions there.
We needed to control the ball.
Now Ironton will have a chance to get it to as little as 1 here. 39% from the field right now for the Fighting Tigers, 46% for the Warriors. Lane going inside, finding Mullins. He lost it for a second, then he tried to get it back, and it goes right through the legs of Lane.
One of the moments you want to help your teammate, you go to him, miscommunication happens all the time when it almost gets to a jump ball scenario, but it didn't.
Now, they switch the referee giving the basketball here. So they'll now give it on the inside, and quickly up the floor goes Kane Dotson. Dotson stops, gets it to Cluxton, now over to Raymer. Dotson at the top again.
I love what Dotson does when he catches the ball. He drives through it. Doesn't let the
Clocks
ball
in
go.
long range three, no good. Rebound tipped around and nicely secured there by Maddox Markle.
He doesn't let the ball come to him. He goes through it. I forget the technical term, but it's almost like you're just basically running through the ball. And it catches defenders off by
Inside,
surprise.
Markle, kick out. Nice catch there. Mullins for three. Rattles in and out. Edwards with a nice rebound. He'll kick it back to Lane. Lane jump step inside. Got it! And the foul!
Somebody needs to take a charge because right now Lane is just bullying his way in through.
He is dominating the interior in this third quarter. He's got 14 points in this game, over half of Ironton's total tally. And he's got a chance to make this a 1-point game from the line. Really the only area where Ashton Lane has struggled tonight has been from right here, the free throw line. Can he change that right here? 1 for 4.
That was it.
And again,
Early.
it's a little long, but we get a foul. And it's going to be on, I believe, Ironton. No, it's going to get a lane violation.
Yeah, it's a lane violation.
And now we get a timeout, Eastern. Rob Buechler, that is, not pleased. And I just saw one of Eastern's assistant coaches say the exact same thing that you just said. Yeah. Take the charge.
Take the charge.
He literally went right up and did the motion. So
Dotson left a little early on that last attempt. Everybody knew it from Ironton. They pointed it out a mile away.
29-27. We'll stay here for this timeout. 2:09 to go.
I mean, we're at a point where both teams are shooting roughly even. 44% from the field for Eastern, and then 40% exactly for the Fighting Tigers. It's just been the three ball that has kept them in it. Mullins has sank a couple
some
early.
Big shots. Some big shots.
You're starting to get more action from Ashton Lane as well inside. He has basically scored all the points in the paint this quarter, or at least most of it.
So now for Ashton Lane, you missed the last free throw, but this one didn't count. And the Ironton crowd is loud. They sense the momentum. They sense that their squad right here in front of them needs the help. And they've got some momentum on their side. Lane's free throw this time. Can't get it in. Again, the struggles at the line for Ashton Lane continue. It's been the only issue. He's been fantastic in every other aspect of this game for the Tigers. But he's missed a couple of key free throws. And now the Warriors have the ball up 2. 29-27, intense, physical game. Inside to Vance. Mullins saved it. What an acrobatic save. Markle up the floor. We are not tied just yet. And it's out of bounds. Oh, man, Markle's not happy. No, he wanted that one. He just put a little too much on it.
A little too much. Oh, my. I'm surprised by Mullins. He's got those quick hands.
Save.
He was able to do behind the back, get it out. We talk about how physical.
Oh, that's going to be off of Eastern. Yes, it will. Markle got it to hit back off of Vance. And Ironton generates a turnover. 1:37 to go in the third quarter. This one feels like it's set for one of those photo finishes, you know, like a 100, 200-meter race, and you got to go to the monitor. That's what it feels like we're at right now.
I was, going back to Eastern Warriors and their loss, 28-26.
Right.
I'm starting to see that.
Oh, nearly a turnover right off the rip.
Is that not over and back?
And it is. That's exactly what it's going to be.
That is over and back.
It's because it was an intentional tap. I think they'll rule it as possession there for Mullins. And now there's a discussion here. Maybe they're saying it wasn't because you have to have possession for it to be an over and back. Mullins tapped it almost like a volleyball spike.
Yeah.
And yeah, they will give it to Ironton. I think that's the right call in hindsight. Because he just tapped it into the backcourt, he never had full possession. We actually saw this happen in a game a couple of nights ago where that does not become a backcourt because there were deflections. You have to have possession and then go over the time stripe for it to be a backcourt violation. So good by the officials there to huddle up and make the right call. Now the Ironton Tigers could potentially benefit.
So see what Lane does on the left side of the
He
wing.
spins into the lane, and he's got it.
It's too easy.
Tied.
It's too all day. Bread and butter for that man.
Now quickly back the other way, 2-on-1 here potentially, but Lane did a good job of closing out. So big plays on either end.
Closing out. His presence right there just scared him.
Seriously, it did. 29 apiece. Ironton have fought all the way back from a double-digit deficit.
See what happens
45 seconds to play. Pinkerton on the inside, and we'll get a foul. It's the last foul Ironton have to give. It'll be on Caden Edwards, I believe. Yep. It's first foul on him. Nobody in any sort of foul trouble. It's been a relatively clean game.
Has indeed. Refs have let them play.
Again, I said in the first game, all I asked for is consistency. And again, I think these refs done a very good job in this game. Pinkerton going inside. He's got Edwards on him again. Pinkerton looking to go. Edwards, good defense, but Pinkerton spins in and finishes anyway. Good battle there, and a nice bucket from Chase Pinkerton. Now Ironton with 25 seconds and change to go to work.
Stop that very long scoring drought out of the side of the Eastern Warriors.
Ironton now with Ashton Lane. Lane will try to step in, step through, and finish.
He just goes right through. And I mean, we can see it right here. Cluxton, he is hurt.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. Not sure what just happened.
Cluxton got injured right there when Lane bodied into him, trying to drive through the lane. I think it's either his neck or shoulder, because he is not moving that right arm.
Yeah, that right arm, yeah.
Or maybe his eye. I don't know.
He does look a little shaken up on the sideline, so we hope he's okay. Trainer's going over to check on him now. He is on the sidelines. Still, they get it in.
Loss.
They should have put a couple more seconds on the clock for Eastern Winchester, I think. Now they chuck up a shot late, and it's turned over. And we are set up for the fourth quarter.
I mean,
I think Winchester are a little unlucky that they didn't get those seconds added back on there.
Yeah.
But in any case, we are set up for the fourth. Tie game as we head to the final frame. We'll step aside on Total Media Sports.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
Back at the Convocation Center. How about this last 8 minutes here? We are deadlocked. 8-minute sprint to back to come here. Back to the Convo.
I love this. They're below us.
No, Ironton always brings it. Don't really matter the sport. They bring it. Obviously, always football, usually the primary target for this Ironton town. They've won a couple state titles, been to a number of others. A proud program with legacy on the gridiron, but basketball program hasn't quite been there as of recently, and as Pinkerton slices inside, he'll pick up a foul.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, this year has been right up there with one of the best in Ironton basketball history.
One too many times Edwards has been caught trying to stand his ground when a spin move is being in place from the side of Eastern Warriors, and that time, you give a little extra to the performance if you're Pinkerton, you'll get the call, but oh my.
And then a steal right off the jump as Ironton again look motivated. Again, they had that slow start. Now Lane going inside, trying to take over, and he gets a foul. And now Lane's got a chance to conquer some demons here.
I think this
he goes back to the line.
What? He's been here. This the third time now?
It is the fourth time in terms of total trips, but he's 1 of 5 in terms of makes. 20% today. And he rims out again.
That is going to be the story for him. I mean, you look at it, you make all your free throws here, you're up 6-7 points at most against this Warrior squad that has been stalled.
Again, it's the only thing that Lane's done wrong today is he gets that one to go down. That'll feel good for him. 2 of 7 from the line. Nice break through the press there from Pinkerton. Now Dick has it, and he scores. First points of the second half for Matt Dick, who Ironton have done a very good job of limiting ever since the first quarter. And it's a 1-point lead for Eastern. Ironton picked up their first lead since the first quarter there for a brief moment, but Eastern quickly got it right back.
Picked up his dribble right there.
Both teams have kind of just abandoned the three-point shot. We have not seen a lot of them until now from Ison. And what a time to bring it back.
I say this, he's 32% from beyond the arc. He did that in the first quarter. He came in and immediately just started popping them.
Steven Ison has hit a couple of huge shots for Ironton, hit a couple big ones against Wheelersburg. Pinkerton puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, fought for, still bouncing around, and Markle grabs it. 2-point lead for the Tigers. Now Lane had it tipped away from behind. He's going to sprint out to grab this. Can he keep it in? No, he cannot.
Dotson is tired.
It was Dotson right trying to walk the tightrope along the end line. He could not do it. If that pass was a little bit shorter, he had an easy layup.
He was the player in that scuffle, fell down right there.
Yeah, pretty hectic couple of seconds
got
there.
Right back up and said, hey, I have to guard Ashton Lane. Sure, why not?
Pretty tough couple of seconds, but chaotic, and no points came out of it. Now Lane, Ison again. Yes, sir. Steven Ison with 2 monster three-point buckets. Ironton's largest lead of the game. Pinkerton inside, floater is good. Big response for the Warriors. It's a 3-point lead again, 38-35. Ironton looking to fight through the contact with Ison. Ison back to Ashton Lane.
This is really what it's been for Eastern. They've been in a lot of scenarios again where they just...
outside, Markle wide open for 3. That's off the front of the rim. Rebound, Caden Edwards. We get a timeout. By Ironton. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. What a third and fourth quarter 3-point game on Total Media Sports.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Five minutes and 36 seconds to go. Ironton have the lead back for the first time since the first quarter. Eastern have led by as many as 10. Ironton just had a 5-point lead there for a second, and Steven Ison off the bench has hit a couple of huge shots here in this fourth quarter. 2 big-time threes for Ironton. But they haven't shot the ball particularly well from beyond the arc today. 2 huge makes from Steven Ison. Lane all the way out up top. Markle with the hang time there on that catch and release. Lane back to Mullins on the right side. 5:20 and counting. Ironton with the lead. Really, they haven't led much of all in this game. Ison in the corner now. Back to Mullins. You see how quickly the Warriors now trying to get out to guard.
It is a 2-3, but
is.
they leave Dotson and Florence by themselves up top.
Now Ison in trouble. He lost it. Quickly up the floor now, having it as Dotson. He stops on a dime and puts it up and in. 1-point game.
Great
Dotson
job.
missed the chance on that last run out. Not this time, and it's a 1-point game.
Just lets that defender come in
Markle
behind
inside to Lane. He's got a one-on-one. He passes it up. Markle back over to Mullins into the corner. Ison again. Why not?
I mean, he's perfect. He's 100% so far.
Steven Ison has made all of his threes in the second half. And now it's stolen by Markle on the other side. Ironton trying to stay out in front in this intense, tight affair. 41-37.
We knew Ironton had fight in them. There's a reason they're called the Fighting Tigers.
Right you are. Markle right up to the cup. Got it. Timeout, Warriors. Tiger Nation is loud in the convo. It'll be a full timeout. We will step aside as well. 4:06 to go on Total Media Sports.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
Back here at the Convo, as it's a 43-37 lead for Ironton. They have trailed for the vast majority of this game. They have been behind the 8 ball, but they have battled back. Ashton Lane helped keep them in it with 19 points, and then more recently, Steven Ison in this fourth quarter has 3 3-pointers to get Ironton this advantage. It is 43-37. The Fighting Tigers looking to stay alive. Now inside to Matt Dick. We'll get a foul on Maddox Markle. He shakes his head in agreement. He knew he got a little too close that time.
It's holding the hand of Dick. I will say this: we knew it was we didn't want it to be a track meet for the side of Eastern Warriors, and what has it turned into? A track meet.
This fourth quarter, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why Ironton leading this ball game at the moment.
Yeah.
Back out up top to Kane Dotson. Sam Ramers back in. Pinkerton inside to Dick. We get another foul, this time on Lane. So 2 quick fouls on Ironton.
Let's see what the ref says. So another hold.
Yep. Second foul on Lane. Nobody besides Matt Dick with more than 3 fouls. Inside, that's a turnover. Pinkerton threw it to nobody in particular, and now Mullins is fouled by Pinkerton, and he will be thankful that he was.
His third foul, the team's second.
We'll see what the Ironton team does here off the break-off. Full court press. Well, it's a loose one.
Just a loose press, just to put a little pressure on, and now they get right across the time stripe. Mullins over to Ison. You better face guard him. Way he's shooting in the fourth quarter.
And you like that. That's the second highest percentage shooter beyond the arc for the side of Ironton, besides Mullins.
Mullins has had some big threes in this game, too. He's got 8 points. No points in the second half, though, for Bryson Mullins, and now Ison just loses the handle. Right in front of the coaching staff there for the Fighting Tigers. And now we're going to get a timeout Eastern. It will be a 30-second timeout. We will stay here.
30-second timeout.
I'll say this: we haven't seen a 3 from the side of Eastern since the first quarter.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're just one of 8 in total.
Yeah, it's been the biggest thing that we talked about for Ironton on how they clawed back, and it has allowed space for Ashton Lane to get in through the paint as well. I will also say Markle's been an amazing player in the last couple minutes. The way he's been able to move, the way he's been able to explode as well as Edwards. Those are the two, as well as Lane on the football squad. I'll say this: I don't see many football players translate to basketball well. These guys have in all the right ways.
You see, we've seen a couple here at the Convo. We saw Braylon Rucker, who helped lead Wheelersburg to the state championship. He played Ironton in the last round. He's their starting quarterback. Hayden Edwards, of course, right here for the Fighting Tigers. And there's been plenty of others. Again, we talk about this with our guy Jake Skurlock, who does some of our games here with us on Total Media, who's one of the managers on the men's basketball team. He's up in Cleveland getting the guys ready for the big game tomorrow against the Kent State Golden Flashes. But he says how important it is. He thinks that specialization, you don't need to specialize right away. It's important for these kids in high school to play multiple sports, and you can specialize later. As Lane with the rejection at the rim. Ashton Lane is just trying to drag Ironton back here to the Convocation Center next week to face off with potentially West Muskingum for a spot in the Final Four in Division 5, which, by the way, is absolutely loaded. Mullins able to steal that one off the inbound. As the clock ticks under 3 minutes, Ironton leads it by 6. They've had to scratch and claw on this one. Ison's open in the corner. It wasn't seen, and now we get a foul.
Mullins has done that quite a few times on inbounds pass. He'll just hide behind one of the tall players from the Warriors, or maybe one of the bigger bodies from Ironton, and he'll wait for that long inbound pass, and he'll swipe in and steal it.
Ison now looking to get it in. He will get it to Mullins, who spins away from Pinkerton. Now kick out to Edwards. Edwards over to Elaine. Nice feed for Markle, who's fouled. That might have taken the roof off had he gotten that one down. Instead, he'll have to settle for 2 free throws.
Samuel Raymer has now come in for the fourth quarter. He's been getting some more time in, maybe giving Pinkerton or Cluxton some rest, which we haven't seen Cluxton since he went out with that some sort of bother. I don't see him on the bench either.
As there's a first free throw make for Maddox Markle. 7-point lead for Ironton.
I really like what Cluxton did. I mean, he's leading the team in 9 points. So him being out, you're missing a big part of your offense when it comes to people cutting to the rim, people flashing. When it gets to those.
Here's Cluxton. He's back in now. He just slipped on the floor. And now he's got to hustle back down. He does seem like he is dealing with a little bit of fatigue potentially. Now he's got it back. Chance for a big 3. Rattles out. Matt Dick got the offensive rebound, and we're going to get another foul on Ironton. That's the last foul Ironton had to give. So both teams now going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way, as both teams are out of fouls to give. And boy, how important could free throws prove to be down the stretch?
Well, I mean, the biggest story is Lane hasn't hit a many.
Lane been 2 for 7 from the line. He's done about everything else right for this Ironton Fighting Tiger squad.
It's pretty much the only player that has gone to the line, too, as well.
Right. Markle's had a couple. We just saw those. Now a long 2. Rattles out, and Lane with a soaring rebound. He's able to get it over to Bryson Mullins, ahead to Edwards, and he's fouled. So Caden Edwards here, who does not have a point, has 5 rebounds and an assist, will shoot 2 free throws to try and give Ironton their first double-digit lead of the game.
He's a 62% field goal percent shooter. On the line, we'll see how that translates. So he's 55% from it, so guaranteed 1.
And he can't get the first one. It rattles in and out.
So the second one's going to go in. What's the stat sheet telling me? So.
That's what the stats say. But sometimes the numbers do lie. And look at it in the corner of your screen right there. Look at head coach Drew Stevens coaching Edwards on the proper form there, just easing him through it.
Man, that probably
now his hands folded in anticipation, and he just couldn't get that second one to rattle down. And back the other way go the Eastern Warriors. They need buckets and fast. 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Pinkerton floater, no good. Markle's able to grab the rebound, and he is fouled. So now Maddox Markle will go to the line. He shot free throws well.
That's a great.
Ironton needs him late.
Great job out of Markle just to keep spinning, because once he stops, there are 3 Warriors players right there. Yet they were all reaching for the ball, and the reason he kept spinning is how he drew that foul.
Maddox Markle at the stripe. He'll shoot twice.
That's always the funny thing when coaches tell you if you get a rebound down low, they're always like, start throwing elbows.
Yeah. Markle couldn't believe that one didn't go down. That one was about 80% down and then rattled out. So Ironton's struggles from the line continue. That's 3 straight misses. They've missed at least 9 from the line tonight. Markle's second one does go down. So it's a 9-point lead. True 3-score game.
There's 65 from the line all year.
Long range 3, no good. Rebound inside, put back up by Vance. That's a make and an instant timeout. And it'll be a full minute timeout. 39-46, Ironton hanging on to a 7-point lead. But Eastern Warriors still hanging around here at the Convo. We'll step aside on Total Media Sports.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Back at the Convocation Center. It's a 46-39 game. Ironton have fought back very well in this second half after dealing with some adversity in the first. And now we have a little stoppage here, pointing out something on the floor, maybe a wet spot or a issue out by center court.
Other duties as assigned.
Gotta put the younger mop boys to work there.
Yeah, we got our volunteers over there. What are they doing?
We're making the oldest guy on the court.
They've been working hard over there. They've earned a break. Ashton Lane over to the corner, and we get an instant foul. And now we got another new free throw shooter. It's Steven Eisen who will go to the line.
He is 64% from the line. So one of the better ones. I mean, Lane is 69. That was really shocking.
Yeah, it's
missed.
Just maybe tonight in particular, it's just been a struggle. Sometimes you see it happen.
Eisen has been good from the three, though. Can it translate?
Big free throws here for Eisen, and he gets the first.
That's really where a lot of their points have come from the line. If you're the Warriors, I think this is what they're going to start doing. They have a lot of fouls to give, right? Because it was a pretty clean game for most of the first half and the third quarter. They're going to start fouling more and more, so that way they can get to these, free throw situations, hoping that
second one no good, but Markle's able to get the rebound. He'll kick it all the way back over to Freeman. Now all the way back to Ashton Lane, who slipped briefly on the floor. Now we get a timeout. As Lane had 3 Warriors on him, it'll be a 30-second timeout. 1:41 to go, 101 seconds for Ironton to try and get to the Elite 8.
And what I was saying is they're just going to foul more. I saw this at a Point Pleasant matchup 1 week ago where a team, they were down 15 heading into the fourth, and they just started hacking. Now they did it at the start of the fourth. This is a little different. You got 2 minutes to work with if you're the side of the Eastern Warriors. But nonetheless, they were able to get back in there. However, the biggest problem is the past few trips they have not gotten the defensive boards. They have been letting it go the way of Ironton, keeping that second chance alive.
Yes, they have indeed. Now 1:41 to go. And now we're going to get an inbound to Bryson Mullins. And we'll get another new free throw shooter. To Eastern's credit, they keep fouling different guys.
Yeah.
And now it'll be Bryson Mullins after Eisen went 1 for 2. Markle went 1 for 2. They keep splitting free throws, do the Tigers.
Mullins is 57% from the line, so just sitting right around where the rest of his teammates are.
First one will just about roll in. Ironton now lead it by 9. You feel like double digits. It's obviously not done yet, but they would feel pretty good about where they're at, especially considering where they were. The fight back in this second half been very good from Ironton as the second free throw rolls around and in for Mullins to put him into double digits for the night with 10. Him, Eisen, and Lane all have double-digit points. Long-range 3, no good. Rebound to Edwards. Markle has it back. Markle is going to be fouled, and we will go back to the line with 1:24 to go, and Ironton starting to get closer to the Elite 8.
And it's going to become difficult for Eastern. I mean, they have been stopped on the inside. They're now going to go to the outside, look for those long 3 balls with shooting only 9%. That is not looking very happy. It is looking grim. They are going to start chucking up opportunities. It's just going to get into this play of can they get the offensive boards, which have slowed down for them. Why? They haven't made many trips down there.
No, they have not.
It's been all on this end, and it's really just been at this line in specific.
Now, first one made, but the second one missed, so it's an 11-point lead now for Ironton. Just 9% from 3. They've only made 1 of 11, and that one deflected.
Should have been a foul.
And picked up by Lane. And now Dick will pick up the foul. That'll be his 4th, and Ironton with 68 seconds to go. The fans here in front of us thinking about travel plans on Saturday, potentially.
I think it should have been a foul. But it's one of those scenarios. He's coming off the screen. It's tight. You got 4 people all during one shooting motion. It can be a 50-50 call, and they left it up. I'll say this. One person I love is Edwards. I love whatever Edwards does on the defense.
Physical, very physical.
Physical, but also he just stays in front of you, and he stays in that lateral motion. It's not like he's letting you by and he has to sprint to cover up. He's just shuffling his feet. It has been impressive.
Pinkerton and Dick check out now for the Warriors. If this does end up being coming up short for Eastern, again, they will reload next year. They'll bring back almost everybody. Dick and Pinkerton will both return for this Eastern squad. Long-range shot that goes down. Nice finish there from Kane Dotson. 52-41, and then we get a quick foul.
Well, we're going to be in this game until we start cycling through players. But,
and again, with how relatively clean the first part of this game went, not a lot of players in huge foul trouble.
No.
Carson Freeman at the line.
So now Carson Freeman will shoot a couple free throws. Another new free throw shooter. We've seen almost everybody now for Ironton take a couple of foul shots, and Freeman's come up short.
Freeman shoots about 70% from the line, so he's one of the more exceptional ones. Past his lane.
And he gets in the second time.
You see Freeman just wanted to apply pressure there, not making it his easy inbound
Now
pass.
a long-range 3, no good. And that's out of bounds off of Eastern last. 48.9 seconds to go.
At what point do you stop fouling if you're the head coach? Rob Buechler. He's gonna do everything he can to win this. But being down 12.
Chase Jennings is gonna come in, as is Dalton Day. And Braxton Vance, the lone senior in this starting 5, will check out for Eastern. I think that's pretty much an admission right there for Ironton. You hear this crowd loud in front of us. Wow, what a catch. One hand there for Mullins. Coming up the floor now, Ison. Ison keeping a hold of it. Ison trying to swing it into the corner for Freeman. He falls to the floor. Freeman out up top. 35 seconds. And it took a whole lot of fight today. They were not handed this win by any means. As Ison under the cup, he'll put up an easy 2.
It was a third quarter masterclass out of Ironton.
Anything but easy, like you said, but Ironton will be coming back on Saturday to face off with West Muskingum. 8.3 to go. And the Fighting Tigers will be coming back to the Convocation Center for one more game. They had to grind today. They had to battle.
They did.
They did not play their best first quarter. I think anybody on this starting 5, as well as head coach Drew Stevens, would probably tell you the same thing. But they battled. They worked their tail off. Ashton Lane, 19 points. 12 points for Steven Ison off the bench, including those huge three-pointers to swing the game in Ironton's favor early in the fourth quarter. And they did not look back from there. Bodies on the floor. That will do it. Ironton are going to the Elite Eights.
Ironton 55. Eastern Brown 41.
The Fighting Tigers are back at the Convo on Saturday. They will face off with West Muskingum in the Division 5 Region 19 final. A big hat tip to Eastern Winchester. A great game, a great season. They battled well at the Convocation Center all season long. Matt Dick, Chase Pinkerton, they're both juniors. You have a feeling those two will both be back in the future. But tonight is Ironton's night. They'll be back on Friday. Or excuse me, they'll be back on Saturday. And they will take on the West Muskingum Tornadoes in that matchup. What a day of basketball we had at the Convo. But that'll wrap things from us here in this final game. For Nade Abling, I've been Ethan Sargent. We'll say so long. We will see you tomorrow for 2 more matchups here at the Convocation Center in Division 6, Region 23. We will see you then on Total Media Sports.